Good morning. Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is 6:53 and today is Tuesday. So this vlog, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a day in my life as an esthetician. So like a work day in my life, but also showing you guys like my morning routine. So I just threw my contacts in and we're gonna brush our teeth, wash our face, and just go through our morning routine. My first cleanse at 9 a.m. and I like to wake up early because I really enjoy doing my morning routine. So if I don't wake up early enough, I don't get to do my morning routine like calmly. I'm like rushing through it. So I'm going to brush our teeth. Okay, moving on to skincare. We're going to cleanse with Glymed Mega Purifying Cleanser. So if you've never heard of Glymed, it is a professional grade brand, and this is what I use in Sweet and also on myself. Ignore my hair, by the way, it looks a hot mess. But curly hair just don't be looking cute in the mornings. It just don't. There's literally no more refreshing feeling in the morning than washing your face. I don't know how people can just not wash their face. It is beyond me. Washing your face with some cold water, amazing. And then I like to use, to dry my face, the Clean Skin Club clean towels. So skin is cleansed. It's 7:01 already. I am moving slow this morning. We're gonna do our vitamin C. Glymed vitamin C was sold out for a really long time, so I've just been using this one, which is from Image Skincare, and it feels really nice. It feels very moisturizing. Also, I've never really talked about how I started my business, what made me want to get into aesthetics, how I went about it, and I've had some people comment like, oh, I would love to get like some tips and advice on starting it. Maybe at some point in this video, kind of just sit down and talk about how I got started, what made me want to get started, the steps that I took to win up my suite and all of that. And it's also fun for me to talk about it because I get to like reflect and just see like how far Pure Skin has come and how far I've come. Okay, so we cleansed, we did vitamin C, we did moisturizer, and now we're gonna do SPF. I forgot my eye cream. This is probably my favorite part of the mornings though. It's just standing here, doing my skincare, just like mentally prepping for the day. This is like the calm before the storm type of thing. This is my me time before I have to start being social and go into the world. And I'm just gonna do a lip oil. I'm gonna go ahead and do our makeup. Keep it light today. I don't want to do too much, but we're gonna start with the brows. Okay, brows are done. I use the Benefit Brow Pencil, and then we're gonna use the same Benefit Brow Center. I like to do cream blush. This palette, this is like everything in one. And we're just gonna use our contour as a little bit of highlight or eyeshadow. And then I use the completely wrong brush for this, but I don't really care. I use a big fluffy brush just because I don't have another brush. If I had a contour brush, I would use a contour brush, but like I don't, and so we just make it work. I have this little brush that I just like to go in and kind of blend everything. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with her hair today. We're gonna split it down the middle. This is what she's looking like. Kind of just wanna leave some pieces out. We're just gonna recurl these front pieces. And then we let them dry, and as they dry, they shrink up and look more curly. Okay, we are done with hair and makeup. Okay, y'all, so this is the fit. I'm just wearing Converse. These little like jogger sweatpants, but they're very like light. They're not super heavy like sweatpants, so it feels nice. Because again, it gets really hot here in Miami, so we don't want to wear like straight up sweatpants. And then this little top. This is all from Shein. I literally just got this in an order like 2 days ago. Hi, good morning. Good morning. So we're in the car now. We are going to head out. We're gonna get Starbucks. It's 7:59.
Good morning, thank you for choosing Starbucks. How can I help you?
Good morning. Can I do an iced green tea matcha?
An iced green tea matcha, what size?
Grande with oat milk and 2 pumps of chai, please.
With oat milk and 2 pumps of chai.
And then can I also do the crispy grilled cheese? How much? Okay. Actually, I'll just do Apple Pay. They made it really good. Okay. So we are here. I actually left the bed made. I'm gonna turn on the towel warmer and start taking out. So I'm gonna put a couple towels. We're gonna take out our iPad. So my iPad is essential for the suite because this is where I play my music out of.
Now connected to Melody Creator's iPad.
Yes, ma'am. I got the towels here. We're gonna turn on our little sign. Perfect. I'm set up for brows, set up for facial. I just have to put like the dermaplaning stuff, and that's pretty much it. I'm ready to go. And it's 8:26. All this cheese in the morning. It's a stomachache waiting to happen. And I'm aware of it. I'm gonna still eat it. On my day, it's 12:45 right now. I have done a CBD glow facial, and then my second client was brows and another CBD glow facial, and then my third client was brows and an upper lip, and we actually ended up adding on an upper lip to my second client. So I got some clips from my first client, and then after that I had like my next 2 clients back to back, so I wanted to show like resetting up the room. But are you kidding me? This camera is dying already. You literally need to have like 3 batteries for this camera. That's another thing. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and you buy the G7X Canon, just know you need like 5 batteries for backup, because this is ridiculous. That's so annoying. Okay, anyways, so yeah, my camera is dying, so I just want to take short clips to try to like be able to film my whole day. So just wanted to update you guys. Right now I have a gap. Like I said, it's 12:46 now, and my next client is at 2, so I have a gap. I'm probably just gonna eat something and then chill and reset up the room, probably post something on my Instagram and work on some stuff on my computer. So I'm not gonna show that because again, my camera's dying. But yeah, usually when I have a break in between, that's what I'll do. I either get a lunch break or I'll work on stuff on my computer. Okay, bye before this thing completely dies. Okay, I just had my last clients. We did dermaplaning. Let me show you the hair actually. This is some of the hair we got off of her. I know all my SDs are gonna be like, wow. Does this ever focus? I guess you can kind of see it. Anyways, my battery's running out, but I do want to show like how I end my day when I clean up and everything. But again, this camera is dying. If I have to switch over to my phone, I'm so sorry. But let's try to get in as much as I can. So we're gonna start by taking off the bed sheets. I'm gonna take this laundry home with me today and wash everything because I'm like all out of like sheets. So that's gonna go home with me today, and then I have a bunch of. Okay, so we are back home now. I charged my camera battery for a little bit, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to share my story of how I got into aesthetics, how I started my business, and any like advice or anything that I learned along the way. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I have had my business and been at my suite for a year now, so I definitely have like a lot more to learn and grow, but just kind of wanted to share like where I'm at also so that I can watch this video and see where I was at this point. So I made a year in March having my business and my suite. Let's just start from the beginning. I know that a big reason that I got into aesthetics in the first place has to do with my mom, because she actually went to beauty school and is also licensed. She is a facial specialist, and to this day she still renews her license because she's always had this dream of opening up her own spa. And I remember being like really young. I don't even know exactly how young I was, but me and my brother were both pretty young, and my mom would go to beauty school and then she would come home, and she had her own little setup at home to be able to do facials. And she would literally practice on me, my brother, and my dad all the time. Like whatever she learned, she would bring products home and just like little sample products, I think it was. And yeah, she would just practice on us. So if you hear any like noise in the background, also it's my family. So let's just ignore that. But anyways, yeah, so my mom would like practice on us and everything. And then I think that's what really got me into skincare was I don't know, like she just had a definitely, and I didn't even realize this at first when I wanted to go to beauty school, but now thinking, like looking back, I'm like, no, that's definitely one of the bigger reasons why I even got so into skincare. And I would put on like cleansers and leave it on for like an hour and say that it was also a face mask and that I needed to leave it on. My mom would be like, no it's not, you need to take that off. And I was like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Like this is also a cleanser, or this is also a mask. And I would just leave the cleanser on. Like what? Okay, I don't even know. But yeah, I definitely started getting super into it from having her like do facials on me and watching her do facials on my brother and my dad. Now jumping forward to how I started or how I made the decision to go to beauty school. COVID hit, and right before COVID happened, I was working as a server at Hooters. I was a Hooter girl for some time, and then COVID happened, everyone got laid off, and at this point I am also attending Miami-Dade College. So just for reference, I'm 22 years old, I'm really young. I graduated 2019. I was supposed to graduate 2018, but I got held back a grade, so I graduated 2019. And literally right after I graduated, I started working at Hooters while doing Miami-Dade. So for the summer I just worked and then start in Miami-Dade and I would work on the weekends and go to school during the weekdays. So then COVID happens and everyone gets laid off and classes switch from being in person to online. I was just doing my prerequisites, but I was also I was doing nursing, which I only did because I was just following along with what everyone else was doing, and a lot of people were doing nursing and I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. I at that point knew I really liked skincare. I started following Dr. Pimple Popper forever ago, and I loved watching her extraction videos. So I definitely knew that I liked like doing extractions and just things that had to do with the skin. So for the longest time while I was in high school, I was like, you know, maybe I'll be a dermatologist. Maybe that's what I'll go to school for. But reality set in, and I'm not one of those people that's just good at school. Like my brother is blessed, he's just good at school. I'm not. I have to like study my ass off and work really hard, and I just don't absorb information like he does. He'll read something and like he just knows it off the bat, and I'm just like, you're so blessed. Like he'll read something once and just remember it for like ever, and I just can't do that. So I was like, you know what, I don't think really going to school for that many years is for me. So whatever, I picked nursing. I'm in nursing. We switched to online classes. I was already lost in my in-person classes, and then I was even more lost with my online classes because even the professors were lost with online classes. They didn't know how to work the platform. It was really outdated. It was just terrible, and I was just really unhappy. So one day I woke up, I was stressed out, unhappy, and one day I just woke up, I opened my laptop, I logged into the class, and I have literally no idea what this professor is talking about, like none at all. And I was like, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. Also at this point, I have been following Dr. Pimple Popper, like I said, for years, but then I also started following estheticians, and then again, my mom also went to school for this. So I was like, you know what, like aesthetics is pretty cool. I started like kind of learning about it a little bit, and yeah, I was following a couple estheticians on, I think I subscribed to one esthetician on YouTube at that time, and I don't even think so. I think I was just following like one or two estheticians on my Instagram or something, and I was seeing what they were posting, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, and the fact that you don't even have to like do so many years of school, like dermatology, like I was just like, this is dope. So yeah, I was kind of like already looking into it, and then yeah, I logged into my class, had no idea what was going on. I was super stressed out, super unhappy. I was like, you know what, this is not for me right now, especially doing online classes. I am so confused right now. So literally that day I told my mom I want to go to beauty school. I dropped all my classes in Miami-Dade. I don't think I told her that. I don't think I told her that much. I think I just dropped them and didn't tell my parents anything, but surprise for watching this. I dropped all my classes literally that day. I was like, I can't fucking do this. I don't understand anything. I'm done with this. Bye. I can always go back to school at a different point, but right now this is just not it for me. And I literally dropped all my classes and then opened another tab and started searching up what were the best beauty schools in my area. And I then literally the next day I told my mom, hey, like, do you want to go tour beauty schools with me? I'm gonna go to beauty school. And she was super down. She was super supportive. My mom's always been very supportive since day one. My dad too, but he was very big on like, go to school, go to school, go to school, get a degree. So while he was still being supportive of me, my mom was more into it. So because she loved going to beauty school and she loves skincare too, and yeah. So the next day we literally went and toured a bunch of beauty schools. Well, we toured like 3, and I ended up really liking one, and that was the one I went to. I went to Aveda, for anyone wondering. That was the school that I went to. I think beauty school, like just the topic of beauty school, should be a whole other video. I'll kind of touch on it a little bit, but I really didn't have a good experience in beauty school. Didn't really like it. I went into it super excited, and then not even halfway through, like pretty early on, I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. Like, I loved what I was learning about, but that school was just so unorganized. It was a hot mess. The educators were not it. There was maybe like 2 good educators, and unfortunately neither one of those 2 good educators were my educators or teachers, professors, whatever. At Aveda we call them educators. So, but that deserves its own separate video. Anyways, moving on. So I attended Aveda. While I was at Aveda, I didn't really know what I wanted to do after Aveda. I didn't know if I wanted to go and work for someone else, if I wanted to right off the bat like open up my own place. So what I started doing was that I knew eventually I didn't want to have my own place. Like I 100% knew I wanted to have my own suite and everything. So I was like, you know what, even if I don't start off on my own right after beauty school, right when I get my license, I will do it eventually. So what I decided to do was, also at this time I also started working with my parents. They have their own business and we have an office, so I would go into the office 3 days a week and then go to school the other 3 days. So I would go to beauty school Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and I would work with my parents Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know if I said that right. It sounded kind of like gibberish. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I was working with my parents, and it was nice because I was still going to school but still making some money. And so what I decided to do was to start buying things. I wanted to buy machines. I wanted to buy the table for the clients to lay on. I wanted to just start getting things. One, because I wanted to go home and do the same thing my mom had done that so many years ago, which was like practice on family members. So I wanted to do that. So then I started buying things, but also another big part of it was the fact that I was like, even if I don't start on my own right out of beauty school, I will still do it eventually, and I want to be able to have all these machines now, so when I do go open my own place, I don't have to stress and drop so much money at once. So I was buying things little by little. I think I started with like a towel warmer, and then I bought like the UV light sterilizer, and then I bought the bed, and then I got myself some like 4x4s and some wedges and 2x2s and a small wax pot so I can practice like doing brows. I would always do my mom's brows, and yeah, I just started doing like little things. I would also practice waxing, and with some super shitty wax, which like I really at the time didn't even know. I think I got some wax off of like Amazon, which is terrible. Yeah, so I just started buying things little by little. And then right out of beauty school, actually not even right out of beauty school, like maybe a month or two before I graduated beauty school, my parents sent me to the post office. I was at work and they sent me to the post office, drop off some stuff. And the post office that I went to right next door was like a salon suites place. And I had no idea that these things existed. And maybe for anyone watching this video that might not know, where I have my suite, it's literally like a big building that has a bunch of little rooms, and some of them are like different sizes, like some of them have more square footage, and obviously the bigger ones cost a little more, like rent's a little bit more and whatever, but it's literally a bunch of rooms, and you can put whatever you want there. If you do nails, a barbershop, even lashes, teeth whitening, massage, aesthetic, like whatever you want. And I didn't even know these places existed. I had never been to one. So I went to this post office, and just right next door I saw that building, and I was like, wait, what? They say they're a barbershop, that they do lashes, that they wax, that they do facials. Like, what is this? Like, and the place looked huge. So I was really intrigued. So I went online. I didn't even go inside. I just went online, and then I saw what it was, like what I just explained, that you could just rent the room. And I was like, oh, this is dope. Because when I was thinking of starting my own thing, I thought I was gonna have to rent out like a whole office space, and I was like, dang, that seems like that's gonna be a lot of money. So I was like, I don't know about that. But yeah, then I found that and I was like, what the heck. So at this point, I'm still not licensed. Fast forward, I ended up getting my license. I got an interview at a place like maybe 3 weeks after. But at the same time, I also found another salon place. So the first one that I found was like by my parents' office, which is like not really in my area. It's like maybe like 40 minutes away. So I definitely didn't want to be in that one. I wanted one closer to my area. So literally I found one that was just opening. Like they weren't even open yet. They had no tenants. They were like renting out the rooms little by little, kind of letting people tour the place, but it wasn't even ready yet, which is amazing because usually the places like this of suites get packed super fast, and then you have to get on a wait list, and it takes forever. So I really just got blessed. I got super lucky. And at that time, I was also going to a CrossFit gym that belonged to one of my friends from beauty school, and I was just working out at her gym, and sometimes she would train me, and it was like her and her husband's gym. And we got along really well in beauty school, and she still hadn't found a job doing aesthetics. So then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask her if she would like to open up the suite with me. And I again had a lot of machines. I had a lot of things. What I didn't have was like a skincare line or skincare products to use on clients. I didn't know what line I wanted to work with yet. That was still like a big fat question mark, but I did have a lot of like big necessary things. So then she hadn't gotten a job yet. She had done a few interviews. I think she had done a few interviews, or I think there was one place that had told her that they would hire her, but they were waiting on something or something. I'm not even sure, but she hadn't gotten a job in aesthetics yet. So I mentioned it to her, I brought it up, and I was like, hey, would you like to open this up together? Because I'm also thinking about the fact that rent is pretty pricey. So obviously I'm going into this with zero clientele, so I wasn't gonna be making any type of income. I had zero clients, like nothing at all. So I was like, no, I definitely need to split the cost with someone else, especially just like decorating the room with small things like trash cans and trash bags and soap and whatever it might be. I was like, you know, this, like, it takes a lot. Also permits, it's another thing you have to think about. Insurance, all of these things that, like, yeah, it's a lot to pay. Like that is you have to pay that like separately, like per person, like the permits and insurance and everything. But then you could split like the rent together and any expenses for like decorating the room and the little things. So I was like, you know what, this sounds like a good idea to start out with a suite mate. And I don't regret it at all. I love the fact that I started out with a suite mate because it still allowed me to still continue working with my parents. So I basically had the same schedule as I did when I was in beauty school. So I would go to the suite 3 days a week, and then I would go work with my parents the other 2 days. So literally the same thing. I had Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays I would work at the suite. Monday, Wednesday, Friday I would work with my parents in their office. So even though I had zero clientele, I was still making some money working with my parents, so it wasn't too bad. And then slowly but surely I started posting on Instagram and getting my name out there, and little by little, and through word of mouth is probably the best way to get clients in the door. But of course, first you have to like put your name out there. So Instagram is just so amazing. We live in a time where Instagram and like just social media is so powerful. So yeah, eventually my suite mate ended up wanting to go work for someone else. So then she left a couple months in, and then ending of December of 2022 or 2021 was when I started paying a full rent by myself. And at that point I also had stopped working with my parents. I forgot exactly like when it was that she ended up like leaving. I think maybe like in August or October was when she stopped working at the suite. And my camera's literally flashing. Okay, so I need to speed this up. So I think it was around that time that she stopped working at the suite and she went to work for someone else. And then I stayed in the suite all by myself. And at this point I had a good amount of clientele. My profit was still very little, but I was like still okay. And then December was when I started paying a full rent by myself and all the expenses by myself. And yeah, and then from there, here we are. I guess any advice or any tips I can give is, if you are in beauty school and you plan on starting off on your own, definitely I recommend start buying stuff and just like slowly but surely accumulating some things. I literally had everything like thrown in the corner of my room for the longest. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the story of how I even got started. And yeah, so this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you guys in the next one. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe.